Nicolas Cage has long been one of Hollywood's most unpredictable and captivating performers. Known for his explosive energy, emotional depth, and fearless acting choices, he built a reputation that few could match. From intense dramas to high-octane action films, his presence on screen has always felt larger than life. Yet behind that intensity lies a far more personal story, one shaped not just by fame and success, but by identity, struggle, and the constant search for meaning. His journey is not simply about stardom or wealth. It is about a man who refused to follow an easy path, even when one was available to him. Instead, he chose to carve his own identity, often at great personal cost. What makes his story compelling is not just how high he rose, but how deeply he fell, and how he found a way to rise again with a quieter, more grounded understanding of life. Growing up in the shadow of expectation, born as Nicholas Kim Coppola in Long Beach, California in 1964, he came from a family already connected to the world of film and creativity. His uncle, Francis Ford Coppola, was one of the most respected directors in Hollywood. While this connection could have made his journey easier, it also created pressure. As a young boy, Nicholas felt the weight of expectations and the desire to prove himself independently. His home life was intellectually rich, but emotionally complex, shaped by strong personalities and moments of instability. These early experiences left him with a deep sense of introspection and a need to express emotions that were often difficult to articulate. Acting eventually became that outlet. It allowed him to channel confusion, sensitivity, and intensity into something meaningful. Even before stepping into the industry, he was already preparing, emotionally, for the kind of roles that would later define his career. Reinventing himself to be seen. Determined to succeed on his own terms, Nicholas made a bold decision early in his career. He changed his last name. Inspired by the experimental composer John Cage and the comic book hero Luke Cage, he became Nicolas Cage. This was more than a stage name. It was a declaration of independence. He wanted to be judged not by his family name, but by his talent and dedication. In his early years, success did not come easily. He took small roles, faced rejection, and worked tirelessly to improve his craft. What set him apart was his willingness to take risks. He approached acting with a kind of emotional honesty that sometimes seemed extreme, but always felt real. For him, performance was not about perfection, it was about truth. This commitment slowly began to attract attention, and with time, he started to stand out as an actor who brought something different to every role. Breaking through and finding his voice. Cage's breakthrough came gradually, but once it arrived, it was undeniable. His performance in Moonstruck showed a more nuanced and romantic side, while later roles revealed his full range. The defining moment of his career came with Leaving Las Vegas, a role that earned him an Academy Award. His portrayal was raw and deeply emotional, blurring the line between character and performer. It wasn't just acting, it felt like lived experience. Following this success, he became one of Hollywood's biggest stars, leading major films like The Rock, Con Air, and Face Off. At the peak of his career, he was commanding enormous salaries and global recognition. Yet even during this period of success, there was a sense that he was searching for something deeper than fame. His performances often carried an intensity that hinted at an inner world far more complex than the characters he played. Success, excess, and the cost of fame. With success came wealth, and with wealth came choices that would later define a difficult chapter of his life. Cage became known for his unusual and extravagant purchases, historic properties, rare artifacts, and unique collectibles. While these reflected his curiosity and individuality, they also created financial strain. When economic conditions shifted in the late 2000s, he faced serious financial challenges, including significant tax obligations. For someone who had once reached the top of Hollywood's financial ladder, the fall was both sudden and humbling. Yet what stands out about this period is not just the loss, but his response to it. Instead of walking away or seeking an easy escape, he chose to face the situation directly. He continued working, sometimes taking on multiple projects a year, not for prestige, but to rebuild stability. It was a period marked by persistence rather than glamour, showing a different side of a man often associated with excess. Finding meaning through reinvention. As time passed, Cage began to shift his focus. Moving away from large-scale blockbusters, he explored smaller, more character-driven projects. Films like Pig revealed a quieter, more reflective side of his acting. These performances were less about spectacle and more about subtle emotion, allowing audiences to see a different dimension of his talent. This phase of his career has often been described as a creative renewal. It reflects not only a change in professional direction, but also a deeper personal evolution. Having experienced both extreme success and significant challenges, he approached his work with a new perspective. Acting was no longer just a career, it became a way to reconnect with authenticity. In many ways, this period represents a return to the reasons he began acting in the first place: to express, to explore, and to understand. Love, family, and personal grounding beyond his career, Cage's personal life has been filled with both turbulence and growth. Over the years, he has experienced different relationships, each bringing its own lessons and challenges. Eventually, he found stability with Rico Shibata, with whom he has built a quieter, more grounded life. Their relationship reflects a shift away from the intensity and unpredictability that once defined his personal world. Becoming a father again later in life brought a renewed sense of purpose and calm. Family, which once existed alongside the chaos of fame, has now become central to his daily life. This balance between personal and professional worlds has allowed him to approach both with greater clarity. It is a reminder that even after years of turbulence, it is possible to find stability in simple, meaningful connections. A life reframed by experience today, Nicolas Cage stands as an example of resilience and transformation. His journey has included moments of extraordinary success, periods of uncertainty, and a steady process of rebuilding. What makes his story compelling is not just the dramatic shifts, but the way he has adapted to them. He has embraced change rather than resisting it, allowing each phase of his life to shape the next. This openness has kept his career alive and evolving, even when circumstances were difficult. His recent work reflects a sense of calm confidence, a willingness to take risks without needing constant validation. It shows an artist who has moved beyond the need to prove himself, focusing instead on meaningful expression. The legacy of persistence and authenticity, Nicolas Cage's legacy cannot be defined by a single role, a single success, or even a single failure. It is built on a lifetime of choices, some bold, some difficult, all deeply human. He represents the idea that success is not a straight path, but a series of rises and falls that shape who we become. His story reminds us that identity is something we build over time, often through trial and error. More importantly, it shows that losing everything does not mean losing oneself. Through determination, honesty, and a willingness to keep moving forward, it is possible to rebuild, not just a career, but a sense of purpose. In the end, Nicolas Cage's journey is not just about Hollywood. It is about resilience, self-discovery, and the quiet strength it takes to begin again.